Hello, Sagittarius, and welcome to your yearly general tarot card read for 2016. My name is Dee, and this here is
Lucy. Hello, how are you?
Lucy. And I are doing your yearly reads together, and I think we're just going to keep doing all these reads together. Kind of roped her into it. Kind of can keep doing this.
Yeah.
I know last month didn't have a combined read for you guys, but we're going to do one for January for you. So just so you kind of know what we're doing, Lucy draws a read, I draw a read, and then we flip the cards over and then we read them together. So in a way, you're going to be getting like 3 different reads. So for some of you, one will resonate. For some of you, another will resonate. Just kind of keep that in mind as we're doing this. We also pulled an overall card for you for the whole year, which is really kind of cool. And while we were doing this, I saw a horse. I kept seeing a horse everywhere. Now, there's only a couple cards with a horse, but I keep seeing a horse. So horses are all about inner strength, drive, motivation, strong drive and motivation. Horses can plow through just about anything if they really want to, including doors and stable walls, all that kind of stuff, fences. And for you guys, I really feel that that's what the type of attitude you need to have this whole year is. Just drive forward. Go use that passion and that inner strength that you have to get you through this year. And you've got a really good read in front of you. So let's get started. Okay. So for January, Lucy got
the 4 of Swords, which shows rest and recovery, recharging your batteries after a struggle or stress. So make sure you take time to replenish yourself. Okay, take the rest that you need, whether it's introspection or whether it's just a physical, I'm really tired, I need to sleep. Make sure you take that time, okay?
And I think it's kind of interesting because this is what is the beginning of the year, which, you know, December was probably got a lot of activity going on and kind of falls in line with that. But I drew the sun. Now, the sun is the most positive card for the major arcana. So keep that in mind. It's going to be a good positive month, even though you're going to feel like at times a little overwhelmed. Take your time and rest, recuperate. You've got a very full year this coming year coming up. So keep that in mind. Take this time this month to really recuperate, whether it be in relationships and family, and just take that time for you. But it's going to be a good month. Okay. So for the month of February, Lucy received
the 4 of Wands, which is stability and triumph, celebration, sense of contentment. And it has a good feeling to it. You see the 2 gentlemen standing there? They look like they're kind of having a
that's
little...
a woman.
Oh, is that a woman?
Yeah.
Well, they look like they're having a little party. There you go.
Yeah.
Children too.
Yeah.
I need new glasses.
Yeah, you probably do.
Probably do.
Okay.
So
good. Okay. Yep. Now, which I thought was kind of interesting for you guys this month, I received the 7 of Swords, which usually is about feeling cheated or wronged. Design attempts. It can also do with wish and hope. It can actually be where there's something being stolen from you. It can actually be where you're stealing something from somebody else. Because if you see the guy, he's holding 5, and he kind of looks like he's sneaking. Yeah. So what I thought was kind of interesting is that 4 of Wands is usually a card of marriage and good times, like Lucy talked about. But you got this thing going on in the background. So I really think that these two together shows that there might be a little bit of disharmony in some homes, even though things may look good on the surface. This is almost like this is below. So kind of keep that in mind as you're going through this month, that there might be a little bit of something going on, maybe some deception or
outright theft.
Yeah, going on. So things may look really rosy on the front, but this might be behind. Kind of like peekaboo. There it is, sneaking in. So keep that in mind for some of you. I really think that that's what's going to be going on. I'm sorry, not the best way to start February with it being, you know, Valentine's Days and everything too. But forewarned is forearmed, and the cards are not just the future. They're more portent of the future, and you have control over that. So just be aware of what's going on this month, especially in the home life. So for the month of March, Lucy received...
March, I got the 3 of Wands, which is progress, moving forward, but more planning is needed. So as you can see, these 2 Wands are here, and he's going off on an adventure to get more, establish himself. So he's She's thinking towards the future. Is basically what it is.
Now, for you guys this month, I got the Emperor. Now, the Emperor is the leader of all of the suits. He's the one that all the kings and the queens come to when they have a dispute. He is power, he's stability, cultivating leadership, aid, and reason. And I think when you put the two of these together, you're also dealing with looking to the future, cultivating leadership, picking a path and continuing on it.
Forward planning,
Right.
forward movement.
And I think that this is going to be a good month of stability for you. Even though you do have some decisions that you need to make, you need to pick up one of these wands and move forward. Just keep in mind to just do it in a way that you're cultivating and be reasonable. Don't get power hungry, but use your power to stabilize your future. Okay, so that's for the month of March. That's a good month too. So for the month of April, Lucy received
the Wheel of Fortune. That deals with the cycles of life. The transient nature, a change, a positive change that you need to make the most of. Okay? Challenge and change is always around the corner. It's kind of a destiny card. It's up to you, the decisions you make change your future at this time, but a change is in the works.
And the Wheel of Fortune is usually a good luck card.
Yeah, it's a positive
so keep that in mind. And what's interesting is I got the Page of Cups for this month. Now, the Page of Cups usually is a message of love. It can be about reflection and meditation. And it was so funny because I was telling Lucy as we're doing this, I keep noticing the little fish looking at the guy and the guy looking at the fish. And he's almost being studious. So I really think that when you pull these two together, there's going to be some messages of love for some of you, but some of you, there's going to be good luck in your studies and moving forward and good messages to deal with studies. I keep getting maybe financial or more financial and education type of a thing for this month. But for some of you, that will be the message of love and some good stuff going on. But it's good luck. You've got good luck for this month. April's a good month for you. So keep that in mind. Now for May, Lucy received
the Three of Pentacles. So this is about success through your efforts. Whatever activities you choose, whether your natural ability is going to shine through on this and you're going to find joy in this. So whatever you enjoy and you find, that you like to spend time with, success is going to come through that.
Okay, so for that month, I received the Six of Cups. Now, the Six of Cups is a card about the past, nostalgia, being able to look back on a fond memory in your childhood and it bringing you pleasure. And for sometimes it can also mean somebody coming back from your past, maybe a love relationship type of a thing. But when you combine it with this one, I know, it's kind of interesting because it's almost like skills, and it's almost like the skills and things from your past that you just really loved and enjoyed is going to come to fruition for you. You're going to be able to start building upon all those things and the things that you've learned from the past.
That's what it looks like.
Yeah, I get more financial than I do love, but for somebody there might be, somebody from their past come. But I really think it's all about your financial security and your skills that you've got at work. So this is going to be a good month. In fact, you know what, as we're talking about that, I really get that there's somebody that used to do something in their past. I don't know if it's a hobby. Something in your past that you used to really, really enjoy, and you've been thinking about a lot of it lately. And I think you need to pull it into your financial aspect and skills. And maybe I keep getting a business or something that's based on something of the past, maybe a childhood thing. Wow. I think somebody is looking at starting a business to deal with childhood things and children and children and skills and stuff that you can use to help children and fond memories, good times. I'd like to know about this. If this happens with somebody, please let us know. Kind of keep that tucked in the back of your head. So for the month of June, Lucy received
the Six of Wands. Now this is a bearer of great news. Okay, efforts and achievements recognized by others. Success, well-deserved. Again, success. So whatever endeavors or activities you've got before you, again, success. So good news.
So for that month, I received the Knight of Swords, hence the thing about horses. But for him, he's riding into battle. He's prepared. He's got his sword up and ready to go. He doesn't have his visor down, but he could see things a little bit better. And I think when you combine it with this, for some of you, you're going to have a little bit of struggle this month to get to the success, but you will get to the success. I think for a few of you, you're going to have to fight for it. But in the long run, you're going to come out triumphant. You're going to be riding that horse. You're going to be using your inner strength and that drive to get you through the month.
Banners flying.
And then in the end, I really think that it's going to be good this way. And I keep getting work on this one, or, well, just even some personal achievements. But I get more work, like something's coming up with work and more than I do in finances. So that should be an interesting month. But be like the horse that month. Okay, that's for June. And for July, Lucy received
The Empress. A very positive card. A loving, nurturing mother in all of her forms. Growth, prosperity, happy conclusions, good rewards. Very positive card. As you can see, she is controlling the wheel. Oh my goodness.
She's got all those suits.
Yep.
So for me, I got the Tower. Now, as you know, for some of you, I mean, look at it. It doesn't look like a good card. Somebody's fallen out of Tower and looks like they're going to dash on the rocks. So for the most part, this is not a good card because it talks more about, and the way Lucy put it, and I use this now, it's constructive, deconstruction.
Yes.
What it is when your life is built upon a foundation of something that may be false. It's going to be brought to light, and then you're going to feel like your world's tumbling around you. But it's actually going to give you an opportunity to lay your foundation even more so. So when you combine the two, which I thought was kind of interesting, because she's so nurturing, and yet all this stuff is going on.
So nurturing and positive.
Right. So go ahead.
This is the Empress is going to give you the energy within yourself to nurture yourself through this. The illusions can be shattered, yes, but you can accept this change. It's a positive change. It's for the good. It's for you.
I agree. So even though you've got the Tower, really let this part of yourself come out. And I don't know what it's about. I just know that some of you are going to be shaken to the core of your beliefs, or maybe even some relationship.
Enough, yes.
Yeah. But
something is going to be shattered. But be kind to yourself. Be nurturing to yourself.
Right.
Embody the Empress in all her forms.
And let people nurture you too.
Yeah.
You're going to really need it this month. So let people do that too. Okay. So for the month of August, Lucy received
the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords is forthright, a strong sense of fair play. She brings clarity and wisdom of thought. She can see the light to her forehead and the light on her sword. She is strong and independent.
Now for that month, for the month of August for you guys, I received the Two of Wands. Now the Two of Wands is about making a decision. If you look at the guy, he's looking out to the distance over his domain, and in his hand he has the world in his hand, and he has to choose between one of these two wands, and it's almost like focus, will, and energy. And when you combine the two, which I thought was interesting, she's about stability and having that focus and
straightforwardness,
right,
and not flinching from the truth, meeting it head on.
And I really feel that for this month, somebody's going to have to make a decision, and you're going to have to embody the queen, how she has no nonsense approach to things, and just keep that in mind when you make this decision. And for some of you, it's going to be a decision between your work and your home, and you're going to have to pick up one or the other at the time. But try to look at your pros and cons.
Yes.
Look at the whole and try to think as clearly as possible, and do what's best for the situation, even though you may not think it's the best for yourself emotionally, but look at the whole thing and try to be a little bit more analytical about your decision this month. Okay? So for September, Lucy received
the High Priestess. Now she's about mysteries and secrets and issues that have more depth than you originally knew about. It can be about secrets becoming known. So when that happens, you follow your intuition and trust your instincts. This card has a lot of potential. As you see her, she is in her element. dancing under the moon, floating above the water. So there is no fray to her. She is accepting.
So I received the Hierophant, or in some decks it's the High Priest, and I'm just going to put them up here together because I think that they really go hand in hand. I don't even see two reads. I think for this month, it's all about knowledge. It's all about not just the metaphysical, but it's also about laws and education, and it's furthering of yourself in all realms and in all aspects, allowing the metaphysical to come out and your intuition, allowing you to use the reason and the logic side of it, and just really to marry the two, because these two cards go together. So it's just marrying both the intellect and the reason with the intuition and the earthly things, and just having that freedom, like she talked about, dancing above the water, dancing above the concerns and stuff, so that you can learn. Yeah.
Letting it go, letting it pass through you, realizing that things weren't what you thought, but hey,
and
you can deal with it.
Yeah, and this is a good one, and a good, you need to still yourself up this month, because the next month is kind of interesting. So let's just go ahead and go to that real quick. Sorry. Lucy pulled for October
the Queen of Wands. Now, the Queen of Wands is stable. She can be counted on. It's full of energy. It thrives on being busy. She's helpful, cheerful, kind of organized chaos with her, but she has the drive and the energy to succeed.
So for the month of October, I pulled the Devil. Now, the Devil is kind of an oppressive card. It talks about addictions. It talks about being chained. In fact, in some decks, it's the chains. It's being chained to things that are not necessarily always good for you. And I think this month, it's going to talk about different addictions and different things in your life that are not servicing you. But I really think that you need to embody your queen, this queen, and her ability to look at situations and yet be caring and
cheerful and helpful. And even with her organized chaos, she succeeds because she keeps her goals in mind. Okay.
You know what, too? I see, when I look at this, I see that somebody's going to be helping somebody with addictions. Somebody's going to be like a queen, helping somebody with their chains and their addictions. So embody the queen this month. And even for those of you that are going through an addictive period or an oppressive period, embody the queen as much as possible. She's going to help you get through. And it's funny because the last 4 months, I was telling Lucy, because it's kind of funny how it works out. Because from July, you have the Empress. For August, you have the Queen of Swords. For September, you have the High Priestess. And for October, you have the Queen of Wands. And I just see a lot of feminine energy here. Now, for the gentlemen that are watching this, I also see a lot of male energy too. But I think that it talks about
to go more to their
feminine side, yeah, and try to embody these different women, because they're very strong women. It's almost like a progression in a way, because you're starting with the Empress and going to the Queens and the High Priestess. So it covers pretty much all spectrums. So keep that in mind. It's kind of interesting. Just it's kind of a side note there. So for the month of November, Lucy received
the Eight of Wands. Now this is a swift moving energy. Sudden burst of activity and excitement. Can indicate travel. But you can see the wands are over a lush meadow. So this is a very positive card.
And for the month of November, I pulled the Two of Pentacles. Now, the Two of Pentacles talks about harmony through changes, balancing. And if you see in the background here, the little ship's going up and down on the waves of life. And he's letting things go back and forth. And
oh, that's an 8.
Yeah, that's an 8 too. There's your 8s, people.
Yeah.
It's interesting, because when we do these reads, and sometimes we see things that really go together, just like I said earlier with the horse, and there's your 8s. So this month is about 8s, which is 4 plus 4, which is 4 is a foundation. 8 is a doubles foundation. It's solid. So this will be about balancing, but yet dealing with the swift energy. For some of you, it's even going to be a travel. I see the boat
Yes. On
and the
water.
traveling.
Yes.
Somebody's going to go overseas.
So balance
In the month
and
of
travel,
November.
maybe.
Yeah.
At least balance for sure.
Definitely financial.
Yeah.
There's some financial stuff here, and
Yep.
maybe you need to make sure you've got a good budget in mind before you go on a trip. I don't know, but it's got a lot of good energy, and there's your eight, like she said. So that's the month of November. For the month of December, Lucy received
Page of Swords. The Page of Swords can indicate a little bit of trouble. Someone causing minor rumors, minor trouble, not intentionally, but it can happen. Okay, so forewarned is forearmed.
So for that month, I received the Ace of Wands, which is kind of an interesting one too, because it talks about new beginnings, new cycles, adventure. It's a very positive card. It's the beginning of the particular suit of wands. And when you put it with this, there's some new beginnings and stuff going on. This is the month of December. It's your last month
Of the year.
but you've also got this petulant thing over here.
Over there, yeah.
Yeah, going on.
Going.
So I think that for some of you, this is going to be new beginnings and a good thing. But you're going to have people in the background going, meh, meh, meh. "What are you doing? What are you doing?" Mm-hmm. So keep that in mind. But this is a month of new beginnings for you. Even though you got this going on in the background, don't let it bother you.
No.
Grab a hold of that wand.
Yep.
Remember that it's going to take you through. And this isn't just at home. This is also at work.
Any situation.
Pretty much any situation. So it's going to be a month of new beginnings for you, even with this person in the background. Don't let it get to you, because this is a great way to end the year.
Yeah.
So the card that we received for you guys for overall is called Seek the Lesson. Now, I like this card a lot because there's a lot of symbolism in it, and especially the eyes. But I'm going to have Lucy read what it means.
Okay, wisdom is born from seeking the lessons in all experiences, both the good and the bad. It is born from awareness that everything is connected and that all happens for a reason, even when the reason remains a mystery. Embrace a new idea, new awareness, or the new knowledge that comes from listening to your internal voice. To the human and non-human teachers and messengers who will come in and out of your life, let them inspire you to explore unknown pathways.
You guys have a very interesting read. It's almost like you have good and bad almost every month, almost kind of like, and it's going to be
seek the balance.
Yeah, seeking the balance and using that inner strength of the horse to let it drive you throughout this time, because you're starting off the year with the sun.
Yes.
You're ending the year with a new beginning and new adventure and all these other little things that are happening in the meantime. But all in all, it looks like a really good year. So we hope you enjoyed this read. We had a lot of fun doing it. It was a good, positive read and good for us too.
Mm-hmm.
If you have any questions or comments, please go ahead and leave them down below. Or if you like it, hit like. Yep. But we really enjoyed doing this for you. We want to hear how your year goes. So add any comments that you feel like throughout the year. And in the meantime, walk in peace, light, and love.
Yes.
And take care.